Hey everybody, welcome to Alter Judgment. My wife and I recently got back from vacation, and every morning we started off by going down to the lobby to get breakfast. Before we made our way out every day, I told her I'd go back up to the room to take a dump. She's like, why don't you just use the bathroom in the lobby? I said, nope, I'm taking that shit to a higher level. Stick around.
Disclaimer, what you're about to hear may or may not have been influenced by fear. Just friends being friends, talking shit all night. But hold on tight, cause you're in for the ride on Alter Judgment. Alter Judgment. Talking about fast food, hockey, colonoscopy, surfing culture, aliens in the 90s.
We're back, man.
We are back. You're back. I've been here.
I'm way back. Holy shit.
Different. Yeah, that had to be quite an altered journey. We went international. We got some international followers. I saw that popping up. It was very exciting.
And I'm still in Ireland mode, and I'm going to tell you, but we're going to get into it a little bit. But before, we're going to enjoy some nice ice cold Magners.
Now, Magners, you were saying, is not called Magners over there?
No, they call it Bulmers, but it is literally the same exact recipe.
Pour them over some rocks.
And I got to tell you, I was there during the heat wave over there.
Should we call these Blarney stones instead of rocks?
Yeah, little cold Blarney stones.
Little cold Blarneys.
But they were pouring them over ice. Now, the thing is, because their
that's
pints
how they
are bigger.
serve them over there. Okay.
Yeah, like it was on tap, but if it wasn't on tap, you would get their like Imperial pint bottles, the 583 milliliter, like big
the
boys.
Champagne boys, yeah.
And then they would give you a pint glass of ice.
I think
And dude, it was so refreshing.
It's worthy of a return. Cheers.
Yes.
We are back.
We are back.
Chef Nick did his best to fill Joe's shoes. I think he did very good. You've seen them.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see that.
He had a blast. It was the perfect. You can't fill Joe's shoes, but if you're gonna come close,
I'm back.
You are back.
I mean, I'm back there.
Oh, you're just traveling back.
Yeah, I drank the fuck out of some Guinness.
Dude, Magners was always one of my favorite ciders because I'm a dry cider girly.
Exactly. That's what I like. The cider. There was a couple other ciders over there we tried, but they're not as sweet as over here.
Does Magners do any varieties, or they just got this guy? I feel like they.
It's Bulmers, but there was a couple other ones. There was something Thieves one, like with a wolf on it, that was really good. And I tried the regular one, and the one pub they had like a mild like Granny Smith apple one, like even drier. But no, it's just I got the 6-pack for us here. I got one for this weekend too. Like when we're swimming, I think I'm enjoying some ciders.
Do they do a half and half drink Guinness cider, or am I hallucinating?
That's something thing? Yeah, okay. I think that's something that you didn't broach that. That's one of those things that you don't necessarily order over there.
That's an America thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Just like no car bombs over there. I think they have them called a Dublin drop, but I didn't see anybody doing it. Dude, really it's just a lot of beer. Like, there's liquor. Every pub had like all these bottles of liquor. Like they had them turned upside down and had the pre-shot so that if they wanted to make cocktails or serve a shot.
So it was like ready. I got you.
But almost every single pub you went into all had the same light up logo things on their taps, and it was almost the same exact beers everywhere you went. Like there were very standard beers in all the pubs there.
Do they have the same? I know, like in Europe, what's big with their beers, like those purity laws. So is it the same kind of idea, like the local stuff in Ireland, because they keep it very simple? You know what I mean? Like they have to be like 4 ingredient type German. A lot of
them were pretty. They had a lot of imports. There was an Italian one, like beer Merardi or something like that. Was popular. What the hell's the one? Carlsberg. Carlsberg's real popular over there.
I feel like I've seen Carlsberg.
And do you know what is extremely popular over there? Like I saw them drinking everywhere.
What?
Coors.
Really?
Coors. So
of all the beers.
Now, it was the Coors Light logo, like the Blue Mountains, but it's not. It wasn't Coors. Like they make it in England, I think.
Okay.
and they used the Coors Light logo, and I tried it. I'm like, yeah, that's not like it's not light like Coors Light. It was
Is it
somewhere
still called
between.
So it looks like it, but it's not labeled as Coors.
It is labeled as Coors.
Okay.
It's just it's not Coors Light. It's not banquet beer. It's something in between.
Okay.
I feel like, but it was a light beer, like it was a light lager or whatever over there, but it didn't taste just like regular Coors Light here.
Just regular Coors Light is just water, and
Basically,
zero, guys.
but so yeah, but you know, I think we're definitely gonna talk about my time over there. I feel like
I'm excited because I got bits and pieces, but there was a time difference, so we tried our best to make. But I want to hear about the adventures. You'll see them eventually at some point. I don't know how that's going to come to fruition.
I did a lot of recording. Yeah,
we got 8 hours for something Joe's to cut through.
I think we're gonna talk about how fucking hot it is.
Yeah, because we're going to be filming in spurts here. Not filming spurts. We're going to be filming in spurts. A little different.
Like Alex is, you know, our studio here is in Alex's attic. It's a great space. We've made it into something amazing. The one thing we can't control is when it gets hot.
Well, dude, it's like 100 plus out there. So this turns into a big, tin can. So it's a little warm. It's like
I'm
inside
going
of the Rhino.
Sun's out, guns out today. I don't care.
I'm going to go through another shirt or two at least by the time we're done this. But I think it's maybe a natural stopping point.
We're going to go cool off before we get to talking. And I think we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Oh, nice. Perfect timing. We are live. I think we're good. We're good. Yeah, it's actually not that toasty right now, but
no, it could be worse.
It could.
We're starting. It was probably a good idea to wait to let the day get a little further on, and the sun's
now
going
we're
down.
going perpetually.
We're going the right direction.
One direction. What a shitty.
Oh baby.
We can't. Oh, dude, look where she put the butt. It's like dead.
Oh my God, I'm still wearing. Are you still wearing your butt?
No, she took mine, and then Charlotte came down. She's like, I put it in the studio. I was like, where? I'm like,
I was gonna take that bit for Charlotte. Charlotte gave me cotton candy butt sticker.
Cotton candy butt. But yeah, Charlotte took mine, and she said she put it in it's like dead center on
fill your wall.
It's staying there. It has to.
We don't have a camera on it, but
next time we have a guest, you're gonna see.
Is that a bowl of Fruit Loops in a butt?
Yep, it's not even like you can't. It's egregiously dead center.
It's so you can't miss that. Listen, we added some lore from my trip to Ireland. You know, a nice street sign from Jameson because it's on Bow Street in Dublin. Then I got the Guinness bottle cap back there,
which you can see in any shot when it's just me and Joe by ourselves, which is perfection.
But yeah, so you know, we're recording here. It's the day before our 250th birthday of America.
Yeah,
So what better way to honor that than to talk about my trip to a completely different country?
I'm fine with all of that. Drink completely non-American beer.
Cider, man. Oh, dude.
I got mine on ice, but I'm finishing my bottle remnants first. We got, I feel like the perfect place for some Magners bottles is right next to the AJ cans. I feel like that just...
I'm okay with it. Yeah, and like I said over there, it's called Bulmers. That was interesting. So that was a trademark thing there, but
so it's solely trademark related. Has nothing.
Yeah, because it's the William Magner. It says on the back. It's the one who made it. So I guess for whatever reason, because apparently even in the UK it was called Magners. Like one of the guys said when I ordered one at a restaurant.
Okay.
He's like, "Do you know the name of this in the UK or the States?" I said, "Yeah."
I've
Magners.
always been used to it as Magners. So like the Bulmers thing, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But then, so obviously we got a lot to touch on as far as our Ireland trip. But the Guinness pints, are they different?
I came home and I have the first of all, I should have left this up. We looked it up. There was some act in the English Parliament after the American Revolution that we missed out on. They changed an imperial pint, went from the 16 ounces that we have to 20 ounces. That's why when you go over there, a pint is 20 ounces.
That's $1 extra at Red Robin over here in America, guys.
Know,
what the fuck?
But yeah, besides size, I mean, size isn't everything.
Not Jesus. It's gonna be the new ska button. For the
the Guinness did seem to taste different because I had a couple cans still in my beer fridge at home, and I had, I had a Guinness pint at home, and still good, but there's just some about it over there, man.
My only connection with Andrew went for marching band back in the day. That's like probably 2009. But the biggest difference, what stuff he brought home was chocolate.
Yeah.
Like any European chocolate, it was just astronomically better. I'm like, this is what are we getting over here, guys?
So funny enough, like we did eat like good Irish food and other stuff, but there was one day when we were we were on our way down to either a Dare or a Tralee, but we stopped in so I think it was a Dare. We stopped in Galway. And we had to get lunch real quick, and there was McDonald's. So I was like, you know what? Let's see what McDonald's is like in Ireland. It's still, not good for you, but I have to admit, anytime I rarely eat it here because afterwards I always feel like shit, and I didn't get that over there.
Well, you see those things all the time too, where they even compare the ingredients like straight up, like side by side. It is, I don't know.
No, we're definitely putting a lot of shit in our food and drink because you go over there and it's like, I mean, you're also walking a lot, so
just everything in general. Is just
yeah, I'm not saying by any means that I'm a healthy weight right now, but because I did eat a shit ton of dessert and drink a shit ton of beer.
Oh no!
But I definitely, actually, funny enough, got back, felt better. Like I felt a little lighter.
Yeah, give it like a couple days and a few Wawa orders, and you're just back to fucking miserable.
Back to ground zero. Yeah. No, but so it was. We flew in. We landed in Dublin. Our flight in was overnight. So from Philly to Dublin, there is a 5-hour difference. So Dublin's 5 hours ahead of us. In the whole the whole island is. So we took off like around 8 p.m. here and landed around 8 in the morning there. And I did not sleep.
Couldn't sleep.
The plane was too warm. Even, you have those little nozzles you turn on and the air tries to help. It wasn't doing shit for me. So, I landed, and of course, Melissa, I'm calling her out because she was total passenger princess the entire time. We were both on there to drive, but she's like, nope, it's all you.
Run on zero sleep and jet lag. Like, yeah, good luck, buddy.
So it's, first of all, there's two things. You're driving on the left side of the road instead of the right side of the road, and your driver's seat is the right side instead of the left side.
Dude, no sleep.
I had no sleep. And then also throw on top of that the roads over there are so much thinner. They're not as wide as our roads. So I was driving from Dublin Airport, where, the Hertz where we got our car we drove out. Our first night it's in a suburb of Dublin called Dunleary. And I'm driving through and the roads get so thin, and I'm like, I'm hopping curbs a couple times thinking I have it and I don't, because you're used to judging it on the one side. And it's like, it's so weird.
That would throw me. I would be so bad.
But I was so concentrated on the guy on the other side of the road that I didn't realize how close I was to the cars parked. And Melissa, she's like, watch out. And I just hear, bam. And I thought I hit the whole side of the car. I was like, no. I hit a side view mirror with our side view mirror. Fucked ours up.
That's best case scenario.
His was okay. But I went and knocked in front of the house, and the guy could have been nicer. He's like, I'm surprised you actually stopped. Nobody ever does. I'm like, are you kidding me? I felt horrible. His side view mirror was fine. It just got knocked.
Yeah, but you think the courtesy of time.
But no, I was so happy. So, but funny enough, the next day or two in our next hotel, we went to go out for where we were going, and they're stopping us in the lobby. They're like, is this your car? A delivery guy backed into it.
Oh, so call it. Oh my God, he backed into
the
that mirror.
driver's side wheel well. And it ran, but when you would hit bumps, you would hear it scraping.
Yeah.
So we did end up, after leaving that hotel on our way to the next hotel, stopping another Hertz at a different airport and got a different car.
I hit the driver's side and also knocked off this mirror.
I managed not to fuck up a second vehicle that we got. But yeah, thankfully, as part of what we paid for, it was the super collision.
Oh, dude.
So
I would do that 100%. I can't trust myself driving on over here, let alone over there. So that is best case, worst case scenario, I guess.
I did start to, by the time we were leaving, get used to the drive. I was driving their highways and stuff, and it's like the little roads. So you have their M roads. It's like motorway. That's think major interstates here almost.
Okay.
Then you have N roads, national roads. They tend to be. They can also be divided and 2-lane on each side. Then you get R roads, which are regional roads to, I guess, the county.
Okay.
And then you get L's, which are locals, which are
like our normal streets.
Like our desk is as wide as the road. I'm not kidding. And it's a 2-way road.
Oh. No way.
So you have to it's basically you drive, and when you come up, you like wait until someone gets to like a driveway
like a one-lane
or like a
bridge.
fence way,
Yeah.
and they could pull off to the side.
This is literally like a one-way bridge. Like you're just waiting.
We were up near we hit because when we went from Dunleary to Donegal, I'm trying to pronounce it right for Irish friends met there. I know I'm fucking it up.
They added us, so they're gonna watch and judge you.
So
Dude.
call me out, guys.
Please do.
But so we added, so we could have made the drive longer and stayed in the Republic of Ireland, but we paid for the thing, and we also got before we went there, filled out the proper paperwork. So we went through Northern Ireland, which is technically the UK, which was real fun.
Okay.
Because Republic of Ireland uses kilometers per hour.
Change it up on
The UK uses miles per hour. So, and the border was marked. Like all of a sudden because it's just, it's 6 of the 9 counties in the province of Ulster in the northern part of the island are Northern Ireland.
Okay.
And so all of a sudden it's like, what's the GPS doing? Oh, and the car doesn't have miles per hour on it. So I'm using like Google Maps like as my speedometer.
You're trying to convert that shit in real time.
But yeah, so that was, that was fun. Oh, what was I was making a point about the road.
You're going down the different types. They're lettered.
But yeah, so, and you would be, and they would all, taking the most efficient way, you would be on like a big highway to all of a sudden like fucking nothing. And that was fun to figure out. But no, it was just, it's, oh, I know what I was going to say. So after we like crossed the border again from Northern Ireland back into the Republic of Ireland, we were up in some mountainous areas. I'm surprised we only saw it once. There's sheep everywhere, right? Oh, and they're like, they have like this special spray paint that they will spray their wool.
Sheep spray. You just spray their ass.
But they'll mark them so the farmers know whose sheep is who.
Okay.
And there's one, and they get out of the fences all the time. So there's a sheep just in the road.
So you're like tagging them. It's like a brand, but it's paint. So
Yeah. So the farmer knows whose sheep it is.
Do you get to pick your own design?
No. But because it was funny because when we went up to we went to 2 different cliffs, like the cliffs that everybody knows in the big ones, the cliffs of Moher, on the southern.
You went to
like
the
the
cliffs
southern
of
part. No, it's funny you made that joke.
Did they?
So up near Donegal, it's called Slieve League, and it's the highest cliffs not only in Ireland but apparently in all of Europe,
Okay.
overlooking the northern Atlantic.
That had to look awesome.
And there was a local guy there. He let me record him doing a song, so hopefully we're going to get footage of that when we do our video. And we have to reach out to him. I got his business card. But he says, yeah, so we call the Cliffs of Moher the Cliffs of Less here.
I would have. I feel like we gotta go again.
But and then so it was nice because yes, there was a lot of people there. Cliffs of Moher definitely had a lot more people. They have like a welcome center and all this stuff. Slieve League, you had to like. We went and we took a tour bus up because it was no effing way am I driving up those roads to those cliffs.
Absolutely. Because they'd be the same thin roads, but going, no, absolutely not.
So, but these, both cliffs, they were absolutely beautiful. And like, you can get like pretty close
dude.
to the edge.
Back in the day, like I went to the Grand Canyon with my parents. Like we were in Vegas because my parents fell into the trap of like, oh, Vegas is a family thing now. That was like years ago. So we went when we were younger. We went to the Grand Canyon on this bus tour, get there. And like my dumb ass is going literally to like the edge of the Grand Canyon with this old VHS camera holding over like, this is cool. Nope. they don't let you do that now, but
I did get a couple shots at both where it like stuck out the
dude, just
like,
the pole just as far out as you go. Yeah, like I don't want to die today.
The only place where the guy was like, be careful doing that was the Guinness Storehouse because the way it is the escalators go up, but it could drop down and hit someone in the head. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna reach out there. But the cliffs, I was like, well, if it breaks, it's been fun.
Yeah, dude.
So I got some cool shots.
I can't wait to look through that.
Oh no, it was awesome. That was cool. I mean, yeah, tons of pubs. Met Donegal. We went into one pub and then we walked to another and we met some friends. Like actually, yeah, we went to the pub. We went over. There was this old abbey.
Okay.
Where you had like people buried like in the 1800s and then people buried as recent as like 2025.
That's why.
And the couple of the stone walls left from the abbey that was built there, and it was right on. I forget what river it was right there. That was cool. And then we walked down to this other pub. Met friends there. The next day, went and did some other stuff. Went to a different pub, bumped into the same friends. And there was this one other guy there that, God bless him, would not shut up. He just always sings. And he like spit talks. He like spit in Melissa's face about 10,000 times. But our friends are like, we're going back to the pub that we were at. So the place was called The Bank. I have some video footage of us like saying hi to everybody in the bank. So that was cool. But that was funny. The one guy who met us the day before is walks in and says, "Oh, hi." It's like, "Yeah, we met you." He's like, "I was drinking since 7 a.m. yesterday." He did not remember meeting us.
Power hour, dude. That guy just doesn't stop.
But no, that was cool. And yeah, so the tour basically, Donegal's up in the northern west coast, like west part of the island, like towards the Atlantic. Yeah. So the tour route was mainly hitting up spots all up and down the western coast on the Atlantic. It was called like there's actually like road the Wild Atlantic Way or something. It was called the Wild Atlantic Tour.
It's pretty bad
because you get there's so many great views of not just there's all kinds of bays and harbors and
you sent me some of those pics that I was like, oh my god, dude. It was like if the Cali coastline was over in Europe. Like the way it was so beautiful.
Everything everywhere you drove in there was beautiful, but especially on those coastlines, it was just absolutely breathtaking. I mean, we hit up obviously our last full day in Dublin, we did like the Jameson and Guinness and stuff, but we also hit up a distillery in the town of Dingle Distillery. It's called.
The town is called Dingle?
Yeah, it's called Dingle. That was fun. That day was really fun because we did that and then we walked over. It was the first day that went back to normal Irish weather. It was hot as fuck over there. They had the heat wave going on in Europe.
And AC is not, from what I gather,
not a common thing there. We had a couple hotels that had it, but besides that, no. So we went, it was the first day that was back to like cool and rainy. So we did the distillery, we walked over and it was like, you could do, we call it chip and putt. They call it like pitch and putt. So like a small,
a little
small
golf
thing.
Yeah.
You could do that mini golf, which it was called crazy golf.
I actually like that better.
Yeah. And then there was, I guess maybe I might have seen it here, but I don't recall exactly. It's called soccer golf, which is what you think. You have a soccer ball and you kick it down.
I don't think it's as prominent here, but I have seen it. But there's only like a couple. But I think it's more prominent.
But I never played it here, so we did that, and it's like the holes. It's like a square hole, maybe about as big as like this part of the table.
I feel like it's got to be fun.
It was, but I kept getting because you can for teeing off. You can either just kick it off the ground or you can punt it. And there's a couple times like
it's driver
sent it right into the rough.
So you sliced it like normal golf,
like crazy. And I had my sneakers on. I'm walking in. It's raining. No. And my feet got soaked.
I would probably take the punt option and hope for the best every time.
But we went from that, and then Melissa, she was convinced that she was going to pet several kinds of animals on this trip, sheep, horse, all this stuff. So the day before, the hotel we were at, because we went out to Dingle when it was one of the 2 nights we were in Tralee. She went to bed. And I was at the pub right across the street, and I met these 2 sisters who I was talking to. So they moved there. I guess they're originally, I think, over from England, and they moved to Ireland when they were like teenagers. They follow our podcast now.
Yes.
So hopefully they see this clip.
They need an American air horn.
And she, I mentioned it, and I said, "Oh, my wife really wants to pet, sheep and stuff." And she told me this, but it was called Fairy Fort. And Melissa could tell you better about. It's like some kind of legend about. It's like this hill, like from hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
It's like a legend.
Yeah, and there's like some kind of, I forget what it is. If you do something, you get cursed and like the fairies kill you.
No, don't do that, dude.
We didn't do that, but they put a farm there, and so there's like sheep, horses, alpacas, goats.
So did she get to live out her dream?
She got to pet a bunch of them. I think the only thing she didn't get to do was horse and cows. Like there was donkeys and stuff there too.
Pet that ass.
Yeah. But so she got to pet all that. And then we went back to
You guys traveled all the way to Europe to go to a petting zoo? What the fuck?
Essentially.
You could do that.
She wanted to do it.
That's fine. I mean, I love how that was the objective though. I want to go to a European petting zoo.
No, but we did get to we checked out like some castles and some old stuff too.
Yeah, the architecture and stuff looks wild. Like it looks beautiful.
But yeah, it is. And and it was just the attitude of just like so much more easygoing than over here overall.
Super chill.
And
I mean, we got a lot of shit going on.
We do. And a lot of people were very understanding about it. They were very friendly. it was a great time. I'm so happy we went. It was a lifelong dream. We didn't want to come home. Didn't. But I had an absolute blast. So
it sounds like an awesome trip. I love going to, out there to experience other cultures. And again, like you see the dynamics and the way, like the attitude and the laid back stuff like that. I wish that translated over here. Maybe one day. One day.
I told you the one rude person, I swear she had to be American, probably.
Karen.
And she had major Karen energy. We were at the Guinness Storehouse doing that tour. That's a self-guided tour. Like you walk through and you walk all the way up to the gravity bar at the top. And obviously it's fucking packed.
Well,
But part of the tour is you get your voucher, you get your one free Guinness. And the cool thing there is you'd either get your Guinness, they had Guinness Zero, they had their other stuff like house hot water.
Okay.
Yeah. You get if you had your kids with you, they could get a soda, something like that. So we get our obviously normal Guinness. What the fuck are we doing there?
Why'd you even show up?
And we're we can't find a table, so we're like looking at stuff, and because there was at the taps it said Guinness Clear, and I'm like, I bet you that's water. And
That'd be.
and I heard the bartender say, "Yeah, it's water."
That's
So I'm making it, and I'm trying to walk back, and I notice I'm in someone's way, so I'm just like, "Oh, excuse me," and I just go to step this way, like get out of her way, and she just goes, "Oh no," and then books it for a table that opened. I'm like, I wasn't trying to go for the table.
She really thought you were going for
I was legit in your way, trying to get out of your way. I had no clue the fucking table was open. And you know me, and we've talked about it. Like, I hate people who are rude, and I'm stewing over there. Like, I just want to go tell this bitch I have no interest.
Get a nice
Melissa's like,
taste
stop.
We're on vacation. Stop.
So I didn't say it, but I was like, I'm lighting her ass up on the podcast.
It was like a little taste of home over in Ireland.
Yeah, I was like, I found the American.
I guarantee there's no way she wasn't. Fucking.
No, it definitely seemed like she was. If she wasn't, she was the rudest European that I encountered the entire trip.
She doesn't sound like she fits the.
No, everyone else was super nice.
Oh man. But yeah, we got some new studio stuff. Obviously, we've talked about that. Now we got a little piece of Ireland here, legit.
Yep, I brought some stuff back,
and they will be here forever. They're not moving. I think that's a good spot.
I'm excited to see what you guys did with Chef Nick and our guests when I was away.
Yeah, it was definitely different, but different in a good way. And I'm glad we let it rip instead of taking a breather because like I think Nick had a blast. I had a blast. It was unique to be in. Like obviously, I missed you. It was weird. It was a good weird.
I missed you too, bud.
I missed you too, bud, man. I just Nick, if anybody could attempt to fill that seat, he did a very good job, and you'll see. And
I'm excited to see because I think right now, as of filming, we just dropped episode 18, right?
We did just drop episode 18.
The Wing Bros,
the Wing Bros, and then we got our boys. Happy Judgment is going to be wild. I don't know what that's going to look like by the time you see this. I don't know when this is going to fall into play, but there's a lot of content.
We went over to Happy Losers and did the Altered Losers. Now they came here. We got Happy Judgment.
Judgment.
I imagine, by the time you guys see this, we'll have been out. Probably a couple episodes back. But
it's going to be a multitude of things. I don't think it's just an episode. There's going to...
That was a crazy end to a day of filming 3 different things.
The wild part about it was it all happened so like it wasn't even like a late night. Like we hit the time we were done. We're like, wait, it's only like 7 o'clock. How did all this happen?
We're like, fuck it, let's keep going.
Yeah, we just kept going, and maybe you'll get a surprise. You'll have to just stay tuned, obviously.
But yeah, we also we also like right before Ireland was when we went to DC. Did you talk about that at all with them when
we didn't touch on it? So we kind of stayed to like what was happening in the moment. We didn't really touch on that because that's kind of like that conversation wouldn't have flowed as organically as I wanted to without you being there. But yeah, we kind of went right into it. Like our first guest was Lindsay from So Much Cooler, and we just kind of went into that one because like that was a equal playing field for me and Nick. So that was a good one to start at because like neither of us knew Lindsay.
Okay.
And by the time we were done, we were like BFFs, and you've seen on social media like, dude, Nick has not taken off his bucket hat that he got that day. She handed it to him.
It looks nice. I mean, I don't blame her.
It's reversible. It's I think it's World Cup on the
that's
other side.
clutch. So,
yeah. So she made some awesome stuff. She made a dress. Charlotte has an Eagles dress, and Nick got one with like the food and stuff on it. And then she gave the bucket hat, and Nick's like, I'm never going to take this off. I'm like, no, seriously, he's not going to take that off. You will see it.
He's going to shower with that thing on.
No, he joked. That's a funny you mention because that's probably going to happen. He was joking. He's like, I'm going to take a clip where I'm just showering with it on. So that's probably coming.
That's washing it. So
by the time this is heard, that probably happened already. But yeah, I was like, Lynn's like, what do you mean he's not going to take it? I was like, no, like he's not. That hat is going to be in everything because it was the when we did the Broad Street threads.
Oh yeah.
So he had that one all the time. He told them the same things. Like, I'm never taking off. He wasn't, but now he's got the bucket hat too. So
that's funny.
That was fun. And then bringing on Emily after that was cool too because she's got that recipe Philly coming up, which actually we learned a lot on that episode. There's a lot of local creators that we have crossed paths with that are actually going to be on there as well. So that was interesting to talk about, and that's going to be a real good episode. And that, I think, the episode that we did with her is obviously going to air before that show starts, but that show is coming up soon.
Okay.
I want to say next month. So it was neat. That concept of that show was, it's a cooking show, but it's based on a recipe you bring. But what she explained to us was they vetted you. You didn't even bring your food into the picture until several times, like meeting after. So
you were in front of these people or something?
Your story is what got you through.
Okay.
So that was the neat part. So like on the episode, we talked about the story behind her recipe, and they vetted people based on the story, which was neat. As a cooking show, they didn't even bring the food until later. They wanted to see if the story, carried. And there's a lot of people involved. The story behind, and she made a hot dog, but her hot dog had her grandmother's coleslaw, and that.
That's awesome.
I'm not a coleslaw guy, and I devoured it.
See, I am, so I bet you that thing absolutely was amazing.
We'll have to get it again, I'm sure, and we'll see her on the show, and she talked about it on here, but that was very neat. If the show concept pans out and they keep to the gist of the show based on what she talked, it's going to be an interesting food competition because usually it's whoever makes the best food. This was like the story part, like there's multiple parts to it. It's very interesting, and it's all Philly centric. She did say there's some people from within New Jersey and stuff, but it's still within, the
like
general
the area, like the greater Philly area.
Yeah. So, Recipe Philly, it's going to come out in the next couple of months. They've been filming. She wanted to come on and talk about it, and that was great. And, it was just a couple good episodes. Clearly it felt a little different, but it was fun.
No, but it made sense. It made sense to keep, because we've been on a pretty good tear here where we've been getting out episodes like quicker than we promised them. Our motto is under promise, over deliver.
And we have done that since pretty much day one. We've been pretty good with that.
So that sounded like a fun thing. It's just been like, I'm just thinking about the fact that, oh crap, I haven't worked in like how many weeks? I have to go back to work next week.
Dude, I think it's wild that if you look at the time it took us to get from episode, the pilot to episode 10. And now we're sitting here and I'm looking at like, this will be episode 22.
Like we're banging them out, man.
But like the amount of time to get from 11 to 22 has been so much quicker than just, 1 to 10. And it's insane. Like it's growing, and it's thanks to you guys. Like it's just been, and we're just here for the ride and we can't wait. We got so many big things. And I know we say that all the time, but we genuinely do. Like there is a shopping list of things. Like once we're done this episode, we're going to start mapping that because it's at the point where we need to, there's not enough days in the week or not enough time in the day to do what we want to do. And we want to make sure we get through all of it because we want to be part of all of that.
Yeah, it's, it's just amazing what this has become. And like I said, I'm super excited because I mean, the concept of what this becomes, I know it's going to survive like an episode with missing one of us. I think it's going to be a really, really good production. I don't know how much we would be able to do an episode with you missing because it's your house and
dude, you just leave a key under the mat. You just break it.
All right, let me figure this shit out.
One of these times we're just gonna do a Joe edit. We'll just let you edit the episode. I won't say a word.
The whole fucking episode's like upside down.
I would still watch it.
Just just hit the Irish music. What did I say it was called?
You want that song? Hold on.
Yeah, it's good. This says Jack Ryan's polka. I know
Jack Ryan is
John Ryan. John Ryan.
Jack Ryan would be what is it? Jim from The Office, dude.
Yeah, right. That's right.
There we go. It'd just be this and upside down video.
Yes.
We'll see if this gets us a copyright flag or not, but I am all for letting it rip.
Well, it's on our service, right? Did we just
No, I'm just letting this rip from YouTube.
Oh, Jesus. Look. Yeah, that'll get it for sure. Just keep talking over it, right? We keep talking over it. Does that help a little bit?
I thought that was the case, but like when we did the Tchaikovsky's thing.
Oh, didn't matter?
No, it didn't matter, and it also was they caught that it was not the original. It was some marching band cover, and I didn't know that. Like I should have done my research.
Just reached out to them and been like, "Do you care?"
Well, yeah. So like it was a strike, not a flag, but they're all different.
So I'll say too because we did a part of the recording over there where Melissa recorded while I drove to demonstrate how the roads look, and I noticed the radio was up a little bit.
It's weird how the algorithms hit or miss with stuff. Like what I like is I'll upload this and YouTube will tell me if I'm bad or good. You know, it's
Okay.
But yeah, this one might get, but it'll probably be one where it lets us let it rip. But sometimes I've seen that it is actually like region encoded. So it'll say like, you can use this in the US, but if you were here, you can't. Like there's so many weird rules and stipulations that it's just like,
God damn it. It's so complicated.
yeah. Why do you guys gonna make it hard for us? Well, that worded terrible.
Oh, you're making it so hard.
But yeah, no. Oh man, classic Altered Judgment.
Yeah, and we're back.
I'm staring perpetually at a Fruit Loop with butt.
I'm just waiting. You know, I'm gonna go back and watch this and see the cotton candy butt. I'm gonna laugh hysterically.
I forgot it's been being talked all the time. But I think, I mean, look, we've talked about Ireland. I think we might. I'm sure it'll get weaved into things because it's going to correlate to a lot of stuff we're going to do. I think we could take a breather here and maybe we're just going to let a conversation rip like we usually do and just see what happens.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good to be back, guys, and I had a great time. I'm glad things went well. But damn, it's good to be back here in the office. No, it is the office.
It is the office. This is fun work.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
We do enjoy it.
Yeah, good time for a break.
But
we'll be right back.
An Irish song we can play on the way out without getting yelled at.
There we go.
We'll segue out, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We went from metal to the Irish outro. That was so much fun.
Oh,
That was a good send-off before. Yeah.
We're rolling.
We've been rolling.
Fuck, it's hot.
It's definitely toasty, which is ironic because I think it's like off-gassing the heat from earlier. It was actually not as hot earlier as it is now.
It does feel better in here now. Like we're at what, about 7:30? Okay, we're coming up on 8 o'clock.
We're coming up on 8 o'clock.
It's not storming here, but there's some storms moving through. So, but it's just gonna still be hot tomorrow.
I mean, I might as well touch on this while I have it. But Andrew got me this glass for my
look at
birthday. It is from Paul Carpenter Art. We have crossed paths, and I'm sure, yeah, you can see that on there. I mean, it's clearly Frank Reynolds, but Paul Carpenter Art, I mean, he makes a bunch of like, we've crossed paths on social media, and I couldn't put two and two together, but I'm pretty sure we follow him. He's got some really cool Philly-based art, and then like he's got, I mean, come on, Frank Reynolds.
If we don't, we'll make sure we are.
I'm pretty sure we are, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with either way. Paul Carpenter Art, check them out. They got cool glasses. They got everything. I mean, we got technology. I will confirm while we're here because you know
Look
what?
at that. We'll do it live.
We'll
Fuck it.
fucking do it live. That's how we roll. We're not ripping Za now. We're just on the internet.
Nah. Switched from the Magners to some Surfsides.
Going Philly local. Yeah, Paul Carpenter.
I love beer, but as it gets hot, like these non-beer drink options are just clutch.
Yeah, exactly what I thought. So yeah, we definitely have. I'm pretty sure we follow them, but like they've got shirts. Like, it's. I mean, exactly what you're looking at on this glass translates into shirts. They have one with the Fanatic. They have a crazy looking gritty one. Yeah, hop on their site. Paul Carpenter Art. It's pretty cool. I mean, look at this glass. Check it out. It's Frank. I got a dog, Frank. I got a glass, Frank. We got a neighbor, Frank. There's Franks surrounding.
Frankly, there's a lot of Franks.
There's a lot of Franks. But
yeah, anyway, like we were saying, dude, this heat is, it's just, I swear every year we get at least some stretch of this madness where it's just hotter than you can recently remember.
This one, I think, is more of a quick strike and dip. Compared to last year, I feel it was like perpetual high 90s for like a couple weeks. This one's like a couple hundies, and then a few days out, it's gonna be like 80 again. So it's like it's a quick and out.
Like, granted, I was overseas, but it looked like it was relatively normal during the time I was gone, and I just saw that. I'm coming back to like high 90s, low 100s.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere too.
High humidity.
The forecast didn't look that bad, and then out of nowhere, whatever. You're more of the weather expert than myself, but some random system came through and just it was like.
Yeah, and they're talking about it's the Super El Nino is starting off.
El Nino Super.
So it's for people who don't know, it's very basic. There's this pocket of water in the Pacific off the coast of South America, the western coast, that they look at, and it can be a neutral year. In years where it's certain, like a measurable amount higher, they call that an El Nino year. In years where that pocket of water is cooler, they call it a La Nina year. Basically, it has consequences for our weather, because of the way the air is. It moves the jet streams. It affects our weather up here. The one thing it does typically do, is suppress hurricane development.
So that's a positive, I guess.
It is. The only thing is, and I want to give credit to this guy because I watched his video talk about it. He made a great point. Ryan, he's got his channel, Ryan Hall, y'all. He's a meteorologist on YouTube. He discussed that, yes, while this is the case, the Gulf of Mexico, I'm calling it the Gulf of Mexico. We can, whatever.
Fuck, it's the Gulf of Mexico.
That. The Gulf of Mexico gets really hot, and like the water in there is super, super warm and prime. So if something can find, like if a low pressure can find its way in there,
it'd be bad.
It could blow up. Like there's been a couple years in the recent past where there was it went from like just disturbances to Cat 4, Cat 5s in about 24 to 48 hours.
We haven't had a named storm this year that I'm aware of, have we?
I haven't paid a super amount of attention. It starts June 1st as the season. Unless something develops earlier, they'll open it up early.
So nothing yet.
I haven't noticed anything yet. Doesn't mean it didn't happen yet. Because I wasn't paying attention like overseas and stuff. So it's hurricane season runs June 1st through November 30th.
That's wild. We took the dice roll on our honeymoon. We're like, yeah, let's go during hurricane season. It's cheaper. And we got lucky.
I thought hurricane season was over.
We're like October, like, oh, dear God, please.
Yeah, you do. We go down to Myrtle Beach every August. And I think we added the travel insurance just
I feel like you have to. But like if it doesn't line up and you don't get that weather, it's prime time to go through.
Right.
Now, does that... Because I feel like the last 2 or 3 winters, as far as I can remember, there's been a stint of extremely hot in the winter. Like, no lie, there's like maybe 3 Decembers ago, maybe longer. There's one point in December where I feel like we went outside and it was like 60 or 70 degrees. Mm-hmm. Now, is that concurrent with what you're discussing?
See, I always forget, and we should look it up now. Like, I want to see. I want to look it up and see what it actually does to our area.
Because, like, no lie, there was one Christmas, and I think it was like a week or so before Christmas, it was like 60 or 70 out. Like, it was aggressive. It felt nice, but I was like, why? This feels bad. I feel like that's just not a good idea. Weather's been crazy. I mean, weather and everything's been crazy across the world. Like we get a hit at work. We have some call centers over in the Philippines, and they're getting rocked. Like hurricanes and earthquakes and like I feel like weather in general has been significantly more active.
It does. Trying to find a good reputable source when I Googled here.
And then I would argue you're much more the expert on this than myself, but there were something I read a while ago that it's almost like Tornado Alley is shifting to, like the normal.
Yes, that I can comment on as has happened. Yeah, it was traditionally that like stretch from Texas, Oklahoma, and there, Kansas, Nebraska, and it's out more now. Probably more like a little bit of Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, even parts of Indiana, and like Kentucky or Tennessee, maybe even like that part of the country is where in recent years you would say is more like where Tornado Alley would be, because you even noticed in recent years we've had decent more tornadic activity out.
Oh, here, dude. Like I think I've had more tornado warnings in situations where like legitimately I remember going down to our basement because it was that level of like one tornado hit, like it was like a vet place or a animal hospital like up the road. But in the last 3 years, I think I've had more tornado warnings or whatever, warnings, watches than I've had in my initial like 35 years of existence. In the last 2 years, it's like quadruple, which is crazy because the weather is shifting. So I think it's all correlated somewhere there.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm trying to find something. So I might not have necessarily La Niña too, but so we're at NOAA.gov. So usual impacts of El Niño can include stronger upper level winds that tend to suppress hurricane development in the Atlantic basin.
So does that all I guess it all correlates because like no lie, the first couple of years we moved in this house, very chill. Last 3 years, I feel like the wind that's whipping through in general, like it's just been extremely strong winds across the board. It's almost like Chicago over in Philly. So I guess that all correlates to everything you're discussing here, like the tornadic activity, the increased winds, the weather's going nuts. I think it's just everything.
I saw something too that the super El Nino they're saying is going to, because there's also become like this secondary tornado season. Like tornado season is typically like early spring.
Yeah.
And excuse me, as we get, these weather changes have caused like some secondary tornado seasons as we get into late fall, early winter.
Yeah, we're getting the warnings pretty late in the season too, which is
so this says stormy weather is more likely in the southern U.S. with chances of both rain and snow increase during El Niño winters. High tide flooding can become a higher risk in parts of the West Coast. Changes in migration of fish and other oceanic creatures. Yeah, so I think I thought we typically would end up having more mild like winters with El Niño.
We had a pretty good one last year. We got the right amount of snow. I feel like for a couple winters we weren't getting shit. We were getting
basically. So yeah, I mean it's crazy how this little pocket of water out way away from where you live can influence global weather. It's wild that it does that. But
yeah, we're pushing, dude. The fact that it's gonna be like 12 a.m. be like 80 something plus degrees.
This is one of the we definitely broke some records from like the 2010s and the aughts too. I mean, there have been a few records that we broke in some nearby towns and cities from this. It's nothing to mess around with. And people are like, oh yeah, it's hot. Like it's one thing when it's hot and you can sweat. And your body does its natural mechanism where, the sweat lifts, it cools you off. When you get this extremely humid air and it has nowhere to go, it's stifling. Your body has no way of actually cooling itself off.
But even, I think people underestimate, like, there's power grids and shit that'll go down when it gets too hot. Like, if you get to a certain point, like, it's not everywhere, but like, Texas or some reason, they got wrecked. Like, the temperature got so hot that the power grid failed.
They also have more of the problem in the winter when they're trying to
get knocked out too
because of that. Texas also.
They're doing their own thing.
I don't think I'm pulling this out of my ass. Texas is on its literal own kind of power grid. Like the United States has there's like an eastern grid and a western grid, something like that. And Texas is literally their own thing. And I don't, I'm sorry, I'm not coming for you, Texas, or something. I don't think you guys necessarily. I don't think you necessarily had the proper upkeep of the grids, and I think that was part of the problem. And then you had these recent stretches where cold was coming down a lot further than it was normally because we keep getting these polar vortexes where it's something about the actual heat and the way the air moves causes normally cold air in the winter gets capped up in the northern pole and then something causes it to break. Okay. And so it literally moves down. Like when that crap happens and it moves down there's warmer air that shifts and fills its place like up in the North Pole.
And then nobody knows what to do in those states.
And then, the pattern can get stuck and it just gets absolutely freaking.
They're like legitimate snowstorm. Like no lie, I remember looking at that. Like there was legitimate snow in Texas, which is you would never, like 10 years ago, that would never have been a discussion.
Was it last year or the year before? Was that absolutely huge snowstorm on the Gulf Coast?
Yeah.
Louisiana had
it was within the last couple of years. And we saw this picture of like, that can't be real, but it was fucking real. And it's just like, whatever may be affecting that. I think it's getting more and more aggressive. You're hearing more and more like aggressive weather, like the hurricanes, there's so much shit that's just going.
It could possibly have something to do those two words that start with the C that we're not allowed to say that rhyme with schleimlich, but I didn't say it.
I love that. Yeah, it could certainly be that proven science there, but we're not going to mention that because whatever, people get butt hurt.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, your butt's going to hurt when it's fucking 200 degrees everywhere too. So
I still know people and have family and friends who believe in contrails.
God damn it!
I
know how to recover from that by the power of editing. It's like,
oh my God,
how can you believe in that?
Now I'm just like, oh my God, what could that possibly be up there? Condensation. It's condensation, guys. I'm going to condescend to you right now. It's condensation.
It's so good. I love how we went on this weather tangent because it does genuinely intrigue me, but I don't look, I don't have the understanding that you do, but weather does genuinely intrigue me. I used to sit there and watch, like, I would hop on Weather Channel and watch all those shows all the time, like Storm Chasers, all that shit. It was so interesting. Like, I know Twister's fictitious, but conceptually, people try that shit. Yeah, it's a great movie. The second one, not bad either. I will give it some credit.
We start following those guys. What's it called? The Otis Project or something? They take drones and they fly drones in the tornadoes. It gets some amazing footage.
It's amazing. Like that, the Dorothy thing is a real thing. But like, no, just extreme weather and like those, that just, it's so intriguing, and we know so little about.
Well,
those
it's
things.
amazing because it's. I mean, I think it's loosely based off the work that was done to actually study tornadoes more drill down like warnings, because warnings, I remember as a kid, you used to get an entire count. Like they they literally can drill it down now on the radars and see stuff. They can tell you by zip code. Like you'll still get a warning for your county, but they can tell you by zip code, like, hey, it's like here.
Well, yeah, like even when it happened here, like no lie, it hit a veterinary hospital literally down the street, and they were able to pinpoint it ahead. Like they were able to tell you exactly where it was, to the point where it's like, yeah, this is exactly the trajectory. You should get out of the, like they've got it down to a science.
And they have different kinds of warnings too. Like the most what we get around here is they're called radar indicated tornado warnings. Basically, on the radar they can tell there's this the big thing that they look for is when the Doppler radars can tell you not only wind speed, but it can tell you direction. So when you get the coupling together of, the wind's going away from the radar and the wind's coming towards the radar, like right next to each other, that's a good indication. It's like, winds are going opposite directions very near each other. That could mean spinning.
I was actually out in the middle of a tornado way back before it's been crazy active like it was when I was younger, probably like 10 or 12. It was like I want to say it's Core Creek Park or Tyler Park. One of the two. They were both local. We were in Core Creek Park. I was with my cousin Joey, my dad, my brother. We were canoeing, and we took, I don't know where we drove it to. We drove into the middle of the goddamn woods and then found like this place to drop our canoe into the river and just went. But like a tornado hit during that. Like it just came real on fast and no light. Like it sounded like a freight train coming through. The trees, like everything went nuts. Like it was like this weird eerie silence. And it wasn't even like, I think it was like one out of an F1?
Yeah, it's the EF now. The enhanced. So wait, you were on a canoe.
So we had been canoeing that day. We had come back to the shore, but like we had gone down. My dad drove. He had his truck. He thought it was cool. It was part of Core Creek Park, but we went to where it wasn't normal, like a boat drop in. We found some part in the woods where you could, we literally, no lie, took the canoe off the truck. It went down. We took it down the hill to the water. Like we had to slide this down the hill to get in the water. It was pretty far. And that's why when the tornado hit, we were just kind of under it. Like it skipped over.
Would you say you were up a creek without a paddle?
We were definitely up a creek without a paddle. When it hit, I was literally sitting there with like a fucking Mickey Mouse fishing rod. I'm just casting in there, hanging out with my we called him Cousin Joey, but he technically wasn't my. It was one of those things where
I got you. Yeah, I have that. Like,
so we're sitting there fishing. My dad's chilling, and like it was just this very eerie silence. Like
that's telltale.
Yeah, and
silence before,
and everybody, and we were all sitting there. I was like, something's wrong. Something's up. So my mom, my cousin, my aunt Jeanette, and Andrew, she scooped Andrew, and they ran up to the truck. They went up this embankment, up this hill, up to the truck. And
let's get higher up while there's tornadoes and high winds. So exactly what they tell you not to do.
So they're gone. I'm sitting there like, okay, guys, what are we doing? Then my cousin Joey and my dad are sitting there and like, we'll just keep fishing. So I'm sitting there fishing, and the silence turns into, no lie, like it sounded like a freight train. And it was the weirdest thing ever. Like the quiet to the freight train transition, everything just went nuts. And like, no lie, it must have, because we were down in this embankment, it must have literally just like went over.
Probably did.
And then when we looked at the reporting later, it literally, like this was like 15, 20 years ago, where it was like delayed to the point where like, a tornado literally just went whoop right
like
up the top
over
of you.
It just probably wasn't touched down yet.
It didn't touch down, it just went over. And it is the weirdest thing. Like I can't explain that. Like you have to be in that. And that was only an F1. So I can only imagine these people that are in Tornado Alley and they deal with like these big boys ripping through, like they have, storm shelters and shit. That has to be a wild thing.
Some of them get caught on video, and it's like, there's been some examples. Literally, it is like, you can, like, they'll be in these fields and they'll be out in the field and you could just hear it,
dude. Yeah.
From across the field, just the violent sound.
It was the eeriest part was no lie, when it was dead silent. Like it just felt uncomfortable because something's wrong. Like almost like that, like you get goosebumps shit. And like we knew something bad was coming, and they're already gone up the truck, which is probably again a bad idea. But hey, we're just hanging there fishing, and then they literally just skipped over. But it, no lie, sounded like a train, and that's the best way to describe it.
If you're ever stuck outside, that's literally what they tell you to do is try to find like something, get as low as possible, cover your head.
Yeah, meanwhile,
if you have absolutely no way to get to shelter,
basically, I guess we got lucky because if you think about it, we were so far down, like it was literally a downshoot into this creek, and that's where we offshoot in the canoe. We had the canoe poled. We're just down there fishing. So it literally, I swear to God, it must have just gone over the top.
You know what else is a common misconception that is people do it all the time? It's on video. What you shouldn't do if you're on the highway, don't ever get under an overpass.
Yeah, that feels like a, well,
But
yeah,
do
I
you
guess it
know
feels
the
like a bad
reason for
idea.
it?
No.
Because you already have rapidly moving air.
Oh, and it's going to go
and
under.
you're forcing it into a small spot. And what happens when you first force air into a smaller
Yeah, it's
spot?
a bad idea.
It's the same effect where you're walking like down a city block and you get the wind because it's the air's being
yeah, it just hits down
forced
the corridor
down
and goes.
between these buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it actually the winds can get faster underneath the overpass.
I mean, that makes sense from a physics standpoint, but yeah, it was a wild experience. And again, like we didn't know in the moment, like it was, and again, there was no signs that was going to be part of our day. Like the weather was great, it was beautiful. We wouldn't have gone out and set up the canoe and done all this shit if we didn't think. But out of nowhere, I don't even know how it manifested.
It's
it was
how
just
it happens,
kind of
man.
gone.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was wild, and but that's always intrigued me, like storm science and stuff, like the tornado chasers and stuff like that. I've always been intrigued by that. Like there were some good documentaries and actual shows for a while there. I don't watch just generic TV anymore, so I don't even know if that stuff's out there. But all that stuff conceptually always intrigued me. Like I was locked in. I would watch those shows all the time, and I would be like, I mean, it would trigger my anxiety, but I was very intrigued by the content.
same. Yeah,
Like
the
I
same
can't
for
stop
me.
watching, but it's making me scared.
Oh my god.
But it's wild. Those dudes just like, oh, there's a tornado over there. Let me drive into it. Like, I could not get myself in that headspace. But like, you know what? We should probably drive this truck into that shit.
I get made fun of now by friends and family because I used to, like my dad and I used to do the exact thing you shouldn't do in a thunderstorm. We went outside and watched and listened to it.
Oh, I always do. Every time a thunderstorm, it was like meditative.
And now
almost.
I'm like always reminding people when thunder roars, go indoors. If you can hear thunder, you can be struck by lightning, which is true.
It's true. The odds are in your favor. But yes, do not do it.
Alter Judgment does not endorse standing outside in a thunderstorm.
Disclaimer: do not go out in the thunderstorms that are perpetually going to happen throughout these next couple of days.
Yeah,
but
right.
no, I was the same way when I was a kid. I was like, oh, it's thunder. Let me crack open the window, or let me go out there and sit on the porch or something because it was just
fun.
cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't say altered. I guess it's just
It's on your mind. It's on your mind.
the opposite side of that is like you'll see people that be like, oh, like anytime there's like a flood or a hurricane or tornadoes, and then you get these idiots that go out there and like these they just go out there and film it to film it. Like that's a different side of it. That's the extreme opposite. Like the streets are flooded, like hop out in their kayak, or like it's crazy winds. Like, let me go out and film it. Like no,
or the people who
don't.
go out surfing when a hurricane's coming in or something.
Or like the best is the news reporters, and you just see like all the shit happening in the background.
Don't be out here. It's the most dangerous thing ever. Getting whacked in the head with like debris.
You see people but you see that all the time on like the live news reports. They're out there and like they're bundled up. They look like the Gordon's fishermen. Then you get some like dickhead going by on like a bike, just like
We were back to Ireland. We were at the Cliffs of Moher, and we walked all the way to the end of the trail where they closed it off. They had a sign, "Hey, warning, trail closed for safety upgrades." And this mom and her 2 teenage daughters, she just hops up and walks around it. And I'm just like,
sorry, I can't. Cliff.
no, but because people have fallen there, and the real bitch of it is when that happens, the family's going to be like, "Oh, we want our family's Bonnie's back."
Go get
and then the people have to put their lives on the line to go recover it.
Yeah.
It's it's some of this extreme behavior. Like I get it.
There's a line, like there's some stuff that like is egregious warnings, and yeah, but when it's clearly like, dude,
Here's
the
the
title of the
thing.
location is Cliff, and they're putting something up for safety. Logic would dictate, let's not go.
They have to
beyond that.
warn you of these things, even if the chances aren't astronomical. If they're just that the chances are there or elevated, or like when some kind of weather event's moving through, they have to warn you, because if they don't, and then it gets real bad, it's good. But why didn't I have any kind of warning? Why wasn't I told not to do that? Like,
Weird conversation transition, but not at the same time. So kind of on that segue there, the crazy shit as far as warnings on just general things. All right, to the equivalent of like the most extreme examples, well, people will sue for anything. So like hot coffee spills and you have
Right.
to say it's hot, or the Guess Who board game. They have to put game pieces do not actually talk. Come the fuck. Do you think the game pieces are going to actually fucking talk? But they have to put that there because some dickhead will go and sue because the game pieces don't talk.
There is stuff like that. Like we had the butt Fruit Loops there, and somebody sued because it's not real fruit.
Fucking butt loops,
They're like,
dude.
well, it's spelled Froot.
But like the egregious warnings, it's like why do we need to put a thing that says don't drink Windex? Just don't fucking drink Windex.
Do you like Darwinism? Let it do its thing. I will say this, that like having heard more things about the one I always feel bad is the McDonald's one, the one that they always make fun of, coffee hot, because
that one
apparently They used to make that.
It was like
shit
nuclear. Yeah.
lava.
It was nuclear.
Yeah.
But like, I guess some egregious example, and maybe this story's true, maybe it's not, but I feel like I've heard this enough to where it's like people will sue for anything. And there was like you hear different versions of the story. Maybe there's some truth behind it, but it was like somebody was breaking into a place and like they fucking like fell through the ceiling or something and landed on like a knife, or they hurt themselves in transition of robbing a place.
Right.
And they sued and won, which
has actually happened. Also,
it has happened.
Is that justice? No, I'd get him 10.
But it's wild that like how do you win
makes
that?
You so goddamn mad.
That it's wild to me that is a
you know
fear.
what that is to me? That's like fucking squatters' rights.
Dude, don't even. I would even parallel to like stuff when we do the podcast. Like you have to be cautious because like what you say, what you do, maybe someone, but like you have to be cautious in all aspects of life now. Like you're very. I don't even know how to. I don't know the word to culminate that idea, but like it's crazy that you have to think that way.
Well,
nowadays.
so the basis of so you're talking about like our podcast and when we have to watch things, we have to say,
or like just life in general. The parallel of like the fact that you have to be so cautious about what you do. What like there's so many warnings on like. It's just common sense.
There is the principle. The case that actually like so when we talk about like public entities or known things and make
that makes
comedy
sense.
about it, it's the same basis of how late night hosts can go and make jokes about people.
Correct.
The case, they actually made the movie about it. It was what's his name, Larry Flint. Larry Flint.
Yes,
from Hustler, because he made the fake Campari liquor ads about Jerry Falwell, like he lost his virginity to his mom in the outhouse or something like that. And he sued, and the whole it sets up this whole basis of it's what the standard is. What does a reasonable person believe? Like if you and I are here and make a joke about someone, and it's obviously comedy and satire, that somebody's not going to go, I'm citing Alter Judgement as a source for my news on this.
But then so is part of that the expectation? Like we've set the expectation as a show that we blend comedy with like legit interviews with local things of the nature. We try like we do so many things that are, but we also know like the understanding is that we at the end of the day like there's a comedic push to this. Now on the same merit, a weird parallel, but like AI changes the landscape of this entirely. So common sense goes out
it's harder to tell stuff now,
because there's no copyright laws and stuff currently with that. Like where is the line now? It doesn't feel like there's no definitive line. It's all like it's like a case by case basis.
Yeah, we're running into stuff where technology has advanced beyond our laws to cover things. Like there's the whole thing. Like there's still the debate: should social media platforms be treated as like traditional media when it comes to
now? Yeah, that again. We're
like
talking
fair
about things.
Time and
dude, we're touching on things like in sparks that could be full episodes, but like it's for real. That. Things that go viral that are completely false,
right?
But then they went viral, therefore they are accepted as truth. Like where's the line with that? And the same thing with AI. Like there's no copyright ties to AI, but it does source copyrighted material sometimes to generate content. Like
so, I think so. A lot of stuff too also depend. I think intent does come into play, and
I agree.
Intent, like legit, in like slander, which is spoken, and libel, which is written. When you say something defamatory about someone. I'm talking out my ass and lawyers in the comments, please. I'm welcome. I only took I think like a semester of communications law at Penn State. So I'm not the authority on it. I'm just trying to remember.
Joe is not the authority.
I'm just trying to remember the basics of it. And a lot of it comes to intent. Like if you're actually saying something that somebody is going to actually take and believe is true. Like if we just went to some business's page and said
whatever, some negative stuff about like
this place puts rats in their food on purpose,
and it took off,
and people start that could cause actual harm.
Would that
to
be
the
malicious
business.
intent? So,
Yes, we had the malicious intent of saying something. I'm gonna laugh because it was literally popped on the TV when I was over in Ireland. It was Judge Judy was on, and there was a case where it was some dude. He was a contractor and he was building gazebos, and the defendant wasn't happy with the quality of the work or whatever. And she put some kind of post about, he is not a licensed contractor doing work. What she argued was the guy who came over wasn't the guy she hired. So, did she just get some Joe Schmo without but at the the heart of it was he had his license. So she put an actual defamatory statement out there saying this guy is operating without a contractor's license.
So it depends.
When it is demonstrably false.
So at face, you have to tear it down to face value of whether or not this guy's work was up to standard or whatnot. He was a licensed contractor. So saying he was not licensed because you were mad that his work was not up to snuff, that's defamatory.
Right.
But there's so many gray areas because this could go on forever. But like, I guess then you start tearing apart reviews. Like I can give a place 1 star, and you might think it's 5 stars. So then, is that defamatory? Is that opinion?
But if you're operating from a place, I think of like it's actual demonstrably true or false. When you make a statement about something, you're allowed to express your opinion. Like I thought the food didn't taste good. It's not defamatory. You're saying I don't think this tastes good. If you go, they fail their health exam, their health inspections when it's demonstrably
so you can prove it
false.
by
Then no, they're fine, and then you're actually causing harm because somebody's not going to go there because they don't think it's cleanly based on a flat out lie that can be proven false.
But we've seen this firsthand several times, even with people we've had on this show, or even people we've associated with. A disgruntled employee then goes and either tethers their friends or makes anonymous profiles to rip these negative reviews too. So like, again, there's no, like, it's hard to make a definitive line because there's so many different avenues and things that filter into this, like what's true, what's not, what's opinion, what's fact. And
it comes back to this standard of what does a reasonable person interpret it as. That's normally the standard because you can always find some moron who just doesn't want to believe something. It's why like in criminal trial, it's like, beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. Like somebody could always say, but what if, Varys came down and picked his arm up and made him stab the body?
Yeah. Fair.
There's a doubt. Is it a reasonable doubt? No.
I got you. I'm very curious to see like down the line as AI and things progress because it's just commonplace now. It's whether you want to use AI or not, it started getting integrated into systems for me at work, whether I want to use it or not. Like it's whether you want to adopt it or not, it's getting thrown in your face. And like, where are they going to draw the line? When are they going to start coming with like, if they drop copyright type infringement things into the AI space, that'll change the landscape of things entirely.
Yeah. But aren't some of these things making art, like works of art that are ripping from people's works of art available online? So it is. The stealing of intellectual property is already happening.
Correct. Like if I hop on there and say, I want an Altered Judgment logo that matches like the style of Coca-Cola, my intent was to mimic something that is a copyrighted thing. So like that I should be held responsible. But right now you aren't. You could let that rip. Like there's just so much AI slop that just goes.
We're doing way too much, way too fast with it.
I agree. It needs a fucking
and then
a governor switch.
And not only that, like here in Pennsylvania, there's big uproar over they want to build a lot of data centers here. Look, they're already telling us right now today about conserve the energy because the heat and what it's doing to the power grid. What the hell are we going to do when we add all these data centers nearby? Dude, what's that going to do to the grid?
My bill already sucks enough. I can only imagine how much shit they're going to dump onto us to pay for that shit. It's not going to come back on the people.
And they're like, oh, we swear we're going to make them pay for their own energy.
How many times we fucking heard that shit before?
Well, not only that, there's also like, I haven't looked up. I've just heard of examples of like in a town, you can be miles away from the data center and it's nighttime and all you hear is the loud, obnoxious.
Or the sound alone, the fucking water.
Yeah.
The water.
But it's not like, it's not like a low hum in the back. Like it's literally like enough loud of a hum that keeps people up at night.
And like that would drive me nuts because I'm the type of person that like if a TV's on, even if it's like if I was up here sleeping somehow, because I fucking ripped an awesome episode with you and passed out. If the TV was on downstairs, I would audibly hear that because my ears are hypersensitive. Like I can just tell that like that frequency is up there. So that alone bothers me. For an actual audible noise, I can't imagine.
And that would suck because then that's your house. What are you supposed to do? Like where do you go? What do you do?
No, you can't move out of that. Like that's completely out of your control. Like what? And nobody's going to want to buy that.
No,
they've literally just tanked your. So that's going to be interesting because it's going to get worse.
Right.
They're going to need more data centers to power it. I would argue part of the problem is too people treat AI like it's fucking Google. Like guys, come on, don't use AI to like search where's the nicest restaurant to eat. No, fucking come on.
Yeah,
come on. It has its place. I think they dumped it to consumers way too fast, and everybody's using it for everything, generic shit.
Yeah.
And I also would argue that it's not all on the consumer. I think that it has been dumped. Like I said, at my work, like now Outlook has Copilot.
Yeah,
Teams has
same,
Copilot.
same.
I'm like, I don't want to fucking use this. But then it'll prompt be like, do you want to use Copilot to draft your emails? Like, no, I can fucking type.
I can write an email.
But it's being force fed to you. So it's not even if you don't want to adopt it, everybody's still pushing it. And again, AI has its place, but it is not for general consumption. It was released, like you said, too fast, too soon. People don't understand it, and they're using it for the wrong shit. It's bad. It's going to be bad.
And the things that always concern me about it the most is like the fact that there have been a couple companies that, and again here at Alter Judgment, we're not getting fully political and endorsed, but this is getting a little bit into our government. Like the Department of Defense does have contracts with them, and they've used some of these systems in tests, and apparently I'd have to look up the source. So again, when we say this, we're pulling it from, I saw something.
Disclaimer, this is from up here.
But I've seen references to the fact that when they've tested out some of these systems, 9 times out of 10, when they allow it to game something out, it goes to launching the nukes.
Correct. Like that's, I think even if you take it down granularly, there's computers and everything.
Right.
So to allow AI to run rampant in a society where computers are in your pockets, computers are in everything, even in things that you don't acknowledge have a computer or a microchip in them. And again, I'm not saying truck like full apocalypse, like it's not Terminator yet. It's plausible. Hey, who knows?
It's going that way.
It's
possibly
going that way, and we'll be here to cover it at Alter Judgment. But no, like our cameras aren't going to get up and kick our ass right now yet. But that would be
They're thinking about
great. They're looking.
Yeah.
But no, like everything has computers, everything has microchip. There's accessibility there. So to not control that properly or put it in the hands of someone who can't control it, it doesn't sound like people can control it. When you let it go do its own thing, it does its own thing.
There's a certain thing that I would think, and I welcome to hear other people's opinion on it, again, because it is artificial intelligence, because it's not an actual living organism. Actual like human, like it will never replicate something that should come into play in decision making, and that to some levels, depending on what you're doing, actual human emotion.
Correct. Emotion is not
empathy.
factored in. It's acting on formulas.
It's acting. It's why the idea of the self-driving cars always freaks me out, because even if it's wrong, but if it decides it has to turn me into a brick wall because it thinks it's the algorithm says this is what's going to cause the least harm. Yeah. Like I still want to be the one. I get it, because they're saying that what's the worst part of traffic is everybody starting stopping wrong. Like if you could just have cars, everybody starting right, it would make traffic more. I get the arguments for it, but there's just still things and decisions that require the human judgment and empathy and thought.
I agree. And I would argue, ironically, part of the problem with AI itself is that human evolve. Like you got to have the right, like who are the right people making this? All right. Like it could be the downfall, and it's such a weird thing conceptually, and it's advanced so much over the last like, you look monthly, it's something crazy and new, but even over the last couple of years, it's gone from nothing to something.
It's blown up super quick for sure.
But that could be its whole own episode.
I know.
We definitely are going to do a conspiracy cast eventually.
Yeah.
We've got we've covered the gamut of things. We've talked Ireland, we've talked AI, we've talked weather, we've talked, we've talked about a lot. But I don't know, man. I mean, do we
take a quick break and come back and wrap things up?
Break.
I think we're going to do that.
That's what we should do. I think that's where we're at.
We'll be right back, guys.
We'll be right back.